So it is a wonderful day here in the city of Flint. No, not because everything is perfect, but because we have fearless leaders working tirelessly on your behalf. I'm here with the Finance Chair, Judy Priestley, to discuss last night's meeting, or the lack thereof. Although Council members 1, 2, 4, and 7 were present to move the city forward, we were unable to establish a quorum. The clerk reached out to each absent council member to attend the meeting, but they have yet to respond. This behavior is not conducive to moving the city forward. It is not an option to neglect the business of the city of Flint. Beyond the importance of appointing a new council person, we have critical city business that's being neglected. Our colleagues' absence has left key issues unresolved, which affects our residents directly. One of them, for example, is many city hall services. The Northside Payment Center, which accommodates the elderly and the handicapped. We're not there to pass the money to keep it open. And so we're in jeopardy of losing that Northside Payment Center. Those were the things that's on the agenda. And that payment center have brought in over $500,000. Next, the impact of city employees. We have city employees that work at that Northside mini station. That's affecting the livelihood of city employees that took their time out to work on behalf of the city of Flint. Next, we had different ordinances. One specific ordinance is the housing ordinance, the fair chance housing ordinance that we've been working on for a couple of years. And this housing ordinance is ensuring that returning citizens have a fair chance to receive housing under Michigan law. We have community benefits agreements. We have zoning ordinances. We have things that are important to the city of Flint. We have organizations that want to bring multi-million-dollar investments to this city. They want to bring hundreds of jobs to this city. And the playing of politics is halting and stunting the growth. Like Councilwoman Priestley said, this was not a separately scheduled meeting on an off day. This scheduled meeting was on a day that we usually conduct the city's business. Furthermore, evoking Robert's rules that says that we can call every council member that are not here, and so they can come, so we can have a quorum. Unfortunately, no one responded. No one responded to the text, no one responded to the phone call, no one responded to the voicemails. Therefore, giving the impression that the business of the city of Flint is not of importance. So we want to make sure that the residents, that they reach out to their council person and that they make sure that their council person is moving in the best interest of the city, moving in the best interest of them, because that's the only way that we can move the city forward. Now, like Councilman Priestley stated, we do have a deadline to appoint someone for the third ward. This is not optional. This is not if we feel like doing it. This is law. This is city law. We can't expect the bad actors to go to speed limit and stop doing donuts in the neighborhood. We can't expect people to stop doing crime and obey our laws if your own lawmakers are above the law and not following the laws of this city. If the lawmakers are not following the laws of the city, why should anyone else? So we demand a level of accountability today because it's important. And so we have a colleague here that was not here at the meeting, and we will turn the floor over to her to see why she didn't respond and why she was not at the meeting. I just want to approach the lectern again to just speak on that day. That day when Councilwoman Machette was chairing, Councilwoman Byrne, she was the first one to appeal the ruling of the chair when she brought someone to order. We have a series of tape, and I'm glad that she mentioned videotape, because we have the videotape. Whenever we bring someone to order, Councilwoman Burns would appeal the ruling of the chair when we're bringing order to this chamber. And so all of these things are on tape. And I stood here with my former colleague, Eva Worthing, and I did a press conference almost a year to the day talking about how I don't feel safe in these chambers, how I've received threats. The council person that just finished speaking, she brought a stranger to my home. And this stranger, they have a restraining order against the Chicago police.
Speak to this.
We were respectful of you. Please be respectful to you.
And as you all see, we let her speak and she continues to disrupt. That's not moving the business forward. That's not civility. Whenever you speak on the truth, we get interrupted. And so she brought this gentleman to my home, making my child afraid to come home. And the ordinance that she spoke about, not once did she offer an amendment. They continue to vote down the safety members of the safety of the council members.
You did a call
And then
we couldn't discuss it, so tell the truth. There was no
We-
discussion on that vote.
we had that ordinance come before us several times. And those several times, the same colleagues voted it down that are in fear of their life. Almost a year ago to the date, we had a similar insurrection per se. However, all attacks were geared towards us. No one said anything, they just sat in their seats. It was a scary time for me, and I know that people ask me, why do you continue to come? Do you fear for your life? And my colleagues were making fun of me because someone that lives out of town and comes to the meeting threatened me, told me not to show up for work, and they know where I live. Seeing that a colleague would take the person to my house, that's when I began to receive police escorts. And then we had the councilman in the 8th Ward state that he refused to vote for the approval of the city budget as long as I'm getting rides. I support Councilwoman Burns getting rides if she has threats on her life. But they were mocking me and making fun of me, and we have this on videotape from our elected seats. That night in question, only thing I can do is call people to order. And when I reached out to call people, let's go ahead and just say exactly what it is. The council candidate, Beverly Biggs Levy, her daughter pulled out a gun. We have a picture where no one was threatening her life. People had their back turned and she was brandishing a weapon in these chambers. It's a problem that she was allowed to come to the chambers yesterday. So I am in full agreement with you with that safety plan, because no one that brandishes a weapon should be allowed. No one should be allowed to carry. Do you all see what I'm talking about? The council president is speaking. And so this is what happens at council. I'm not going to make this anything less than what it's intended to be. The city elected 9 individuals to serve 9 wards. Unfortunately, we had the untimely death of a 3rd ward member. If colleagues are afraid to come to the chambers, which they set the tone for, let's have them come here, cast their vote so the 3rd ward can have a voice, and then they can go back home until they feel safe. Because again, I was told to suck it up, Buttercup. I was told that if I'm scared, I shouldn't be in this position. I show up, death threats and all. So I hope that we can see past the back and forth and we can get to the business. We have millions of dollars coming into this city, hundreds of jobs on the line. We have someone that needs to fill that spot and to carry on what Councilman Murphy would say, get the business of the city done. I know he's rolling over in his grave seeing that his ward is being neglected. They have no one to call when they have an issue. They have no one. And so hopefully this will be resolved. I encourage the constituents, reach out to your council person. Let them know if you're pleased or displeased with what's going on. I encourage the residents, reach out to the chief of police about enforcing the disorderly person city code subsection, which states if you are disorderly, you will get a warning. If you persist to be disorderly, you will be removed from the meeting. And violators, you can be arrested if you persist to be disorderly. When we have that kind of enforcement in these chambers, we can give these chambers back to their residents. But I want to encourage everyone, go back, take a look at the video. I will share what I have with the media, so you all will see this didn't happen overnight. This type of behavior is supported and endorsed by certain council people. And unfortunately, it came to a nasty head, and leadership couldn't do anything. I'm not deputized to arrest anyone. Only thing I can do is call on those that are. And they were already dispatched when Beverly Biggs Levy family member went and said something to the Murphy family. And then when Beverly Biggs Levy daughter pulled out that firearm. That's not my job. So we want to make sure we do our job as legislators and the police do their job as police, because that's what we were hired and elected for. Thank you. So let's be clear, as we speak about the president of the body, this is the first time I've ever heard anything about this plan. I have not. And if our colleagues would have answered the call of the clerk when she called them, if they would have expressed that, then we would know. But again, we have this colleague who stated on record, I don't even talk to you, I don't deal with you. So it's hard to communicate and move forward for the best interest of the residents if the person in question is stating that they don't deal with me and they won't talk to me. And so we're looking for, so now that we know that that's the case, I'm looking forward to reaching out to Chief Green so we can come up with a plan. Because again, things been this tense for quite some time. It just hit ahead with the gun. We had a woman get strong-armed in the back. We had people get threatened. I called Moose. Arthur Woodson told me he was gonna beat my A. Councilman Pfeiffer lunged at me like he was gonna hit me. But we never had a concrete plan, we never had a gun pulled. So you are absolutely correct. We do need that plan. And I will work with the chief so we can get that done.
Before the 29th?
Before the 29th, absolutely. Now that we know. Okay, so.
I would like to respond to that. Can I have the lectern, please?
Well, no, time is of the essence, so what time is it?
That's 2:30.
But I just want to be clear that any member on council can bring anyone in the audience to order at any time. That's within our rules. And so whenever anyone is yelling out, you'll see on video several times, I pleaded with my colleagues to please, as you see people are yelling out, as you see people are being disorderly, as you see that, call them to order. It's on video, so please go ahead.
So, Councilwoman Burns has said that, in some of these videos online that, you were happy about what happened on October 14th. Can you respond to that?
Absolutely, and absolutely not. Why would I be happy that someone is mocking a deceased family member's, a family, at least, excuse me. Why would I be happy that someone is mocking a deceased council member's family? Why would I be happy at that? Why would I be happy that someone is pulling out a firearm? Why would I be happy? Not at all. Now, what it is that these are the people's chambers. And this is where people come to this lectern, where they come to speak. Everyone in the city of Flint that can come here and speak. Ms. Burns, she brought her family here to cuss me out and to tell me off and to be disorderly. They did that. She didn't have anything to say then. But yet, if they're members of this community, they have the right to come here and speak respectfully at the lectern. That's my position and will always be my position. I invite everyone under the sound of my voice that wants to come here and speak out about issues in this city to come here and do it in a peaceful manner. And so I never condone violence. Why would I condone violence when, again, I was at this same spot a year ago talking about I don't feel safe. And you can see that online. Tom Travis, he did the story. And so, she was on the phone with Aoni Gilchrist, I guess, telling her what to say. But we need people that are going to be serious about the city that they serve. That public safety plan, I saw it. That public safety plan is something that we can do. And so when we get that together, we're going to see on October the 29th at 5 o'clock, we're going to see if our colleagues have the political will to come to these chambers to conduct the business of the city so we can bring jobs, so we can pass ordinances, so we can do what we're elected to do. Again, I'm willing to work with all of my colleagues. They stated on record that they will not work with me.
I never
She
said
stated,
that. No, I never said
she
I would not
stated,
vote.
she's,
Don't gaslight.
she stated, we have it on tape. If you all would like to see it, it's on tape. She stated, I don't even deal with you.
I don't like
And then,
Please be respectful.
I'm
again,
not talking to you.
and again, see, this is what happens when they invite themselves to the press conference, but not to the meeting. This is what sets the tone for the people that flock to this kind of behavior. The people that endorse this behavior are the people that don't get a warning. And so we're trying to cut this behavior that is not conducive to this resident. I'm willing to work with any and everyone so we can make this city the city that it could be.
Can I respond to that? Because you did ask me the question. Can I have the lectern,
But
please?
did you,
Yes, thank you.
And she did ask me.
Anyone that would like to
Yes,
respond.
I would like to
respond
respond
to
to that.
yeah.
Because, no,
and so-
when they're
and
done,
so-
I'm going to finish.
and so
So what
we
I do
call
want to
it-
say is,
and so we
will
call
I
the-
work with, number one, will
again, a disrespect for leadership.
I'll wait till
Just
she's
like,
done.
just like
She's
she
not
didn't,
allowing
just
me to
like she did not
speak.
make the meeting.
She's not allowing me to
Just like she
speak.
did not make the meeting, Councilwoman
done,
Priestley
I'll
and
have
I called for this press conference. And so, we just want to know, is there any other questions that you all may have for us as we depart? Because I have to go and get my son.
Well, you can leave, but I need to let her when you
Again,
leave.
here, thank you.
Next meeting is the 29th?
October the 29th at 5 o'clock. And hopefully, we will have, not hopefully, we shall have a safety plan in place. And hopefully, we have colleagues that have the political wherewithal to come so we can elect someone to represent the 3rd Ward. Mr. Farmer? All right, thank you.